Hello and welcome to Hard Line Rugby, the channel focusing on rugby union in the Americas. The final round of the South American Four Nations tournament took place on Sunday to decide the tournament winner. Let's take a look back on those games and see who emerged as champions. Brazil were, again, the first team to get points on the board, as Andre Arruda powered over for a converted try. It wasn't long, however, until Chile got some points on the board too. In the 15th minute, captain Martin Sagrin was able to get over the line after Chile tricked Brazil into defending the blindside. Santiago Videla hit the conversion. Errors defined the second half as each team conceded penalties which the opposing kicker then utilised. With Chile only slightly ahead, the half ended 13-10 to Los Condores. Brazil were able to equalise again in the 44th minute thanks to a Josh Reeves penalty. Chile responded almost immediately with a wonderful team try that started with Rodrigo Fernandez breaking the line and after a confusing kick allowed Jose Larenas to dot the ball down to restore his team's lead. Videla scored the conversion before following up with two penalties to further extend Chile's lead over Brazil. With Brazil unable to respond, the final score, Chile 26, Brazil 13. Argentina kicked off their point-scoring spree with a try in the second minute, courtesy of a driving maul, before Martin Elias scored the conversion. Just over 10 minutes later, try scorer Ignacio Ruiz went over for his second of the match. Once more, Elias nailed the conversion. Uruguay then responded with a flowing team effort that allowed Jose Uruguay to dot the ball down for his team's first try of the game, though the conversion was missed. Elias capitalised on Uruguay's indiscipline, scoring two further penalties in the final 10 minutes of the half. Argentina's successful kicking had them leading at the break, 20 points to 5. Argentina continued their dominance almost immediately in the second half. Capitalising on a quick penalty allowed Martin Caluineri to dot the ball down. It was the only conversion that Elias missed all game. Any hopes of a Uruguayan comeback were dashed when Matías Osarzuk stormed through the line and scored another converted try. Things got worse for Uruguay when an Argentinian lineout split the forwards, allowing Rodrigo Martinez to cross over and score Argentina's 5th try of the game. Salt was truly added to the wound when Lautaro Bazan Envez spotted a gap on the blind side and crossed over for Argentina's 6th try of the game, but Uruguay refused to relent. Captain Andres Villaseca intercepted a pass and ran uninterrupted underneath the post to restore some pride to Los Leros. Uruguay were able to run further when a flat pass to Guillermo Lichtenstein allowed him to dot over the line and give the scoreline a more respectable appearance. Before the final whistle, Argentina had the last say of the match, with Balon Vaquez capitalising once more to get his 2nd try and Argentina's 7th of the match. The full-time score, Uruguay 19, Argentina 53. So Argentina emerged as champions of the South American Four Nations tournament. Let's look back on how each team did and what the future potentially holds in store for them. Brazil had no game time prior to this tournament, as well as no developments in coaching or in infrastructure either. One qualification for the next Rugby World Cup has always been a bit too distant for them. Their stagnation in progress has had them be exposed by the other teams. They will continue on this trend unless something is done very soon. No team has improved as much as Chile has, with only a penalty being the difference with what could have been a famous victory over Argentina. With the Americas Rugby Championship being used as the qualification for the Rugby World Cup for the Americas, Chile have made a statement that they should be considered one of the teams to watch. Their high performance centre has paid dividends, as well as having their first professional team in SLAR, Selknam. Chile are the America's whipping boys, no longer. The predicted winners prior to the tournament, Argentina have had very little to change. The Pumas now turn their attention to the reformatted Rugby Championship held in Australia, and having already qualified for the next Rugby World Cup, don't need to focus as much on the ARC as the other nations do. However, the potential withdrawal of Los Jaguares from Super Rugby may mean that Argentina now needs to focus on SLAR for its next crop of rugby stars. Before we get onto the team itself, a huge thank you must be given from rugby fans everywhere for the background staff as well as the Uruguayan authorities for allowing this tournament to take place. Muchas gracias. Uruguay was under the most scrutiny following their success in Japan. However, their losses to Argentina and Chile indicate that more work needs to be done. With Los Leos about to host Spain for 2 touring games, it will give them more opportunity to show their development and strength. More games before next year's ARC can only be a good thing. Speaking of ARC, both Canada and the USA should be preparing to match what has been shown by these 4 teams in this tournament. Previously, a double round robin between Canada and the USA has provided the Americas 1 slot for the next Rugby World Cup. That is now gone, and if both teams do not raise their levels to match what has been shown in this tournament, neither of them could be going on the trip to France for 2023. As for this channel, the only tournament with a confirmed return date at this point is the Major League Rugby season of 2021. Once all the playing schedules, match lists and team venues have been announced, I will be doing a breakdown video of each conference, highlighting each team and what their goals should be for the 2021 season. I hope to see you then. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell notification to stay up to date on all things Hardline Rugby. My name is Stuart, and thanks for watching.